Ottawa's real estate market looks balanced on paper, but under the surface, there are neighborhoods that are extremely competitive. Buyers are still throwing down above list price offers and winning. That's right, bidding wars are not dead everywhere. In fact, some pockets in the city are hotter than ever. Today, I'm going to break down the top 5 neighborhoods in Ottawa where homes are consistently selling above asking price. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. And by the end of this video, you'll know which areas are red hot, why demand is exploding, and how you can actually win if you're buying or selling in these neighborhoods. All right, let's drop into the numbers. In August of 2025, the leaderboard stands Stittsville at the highest. 19.1% of properties are selling above list price. So think about it, 1 in every 5 homes is selling in a multiple offer situation right now. In Barrhaven, 18% of homes are selling in a multiple offer. Westboro, just shy of 17, coming in at 16.9%. And then the last two, Riverside South at 16.6%, and then Manotick at 14% of property is selling in a multiple offer situation. And remember, this is not 2021. This is not COVID days. This is August 2025. Real-time snapshot of Orb Auto Real Estate Board's latest report. These neighborhoods all have the same formula: lifestyle buyers crave, inventory that's too tight, and demand that refuses to cool. Now let's break them down one by one and wait until you see which neighborhood is still sparking above the $1 million range. First up, we have Stittsville. In August, 19.1% of homes were selling above list price. As I say, that's 1 in every 5 homes. The average sale price in Stittsville right now is $793,500, according to Auto Real Estate Board stats of August 2025. Why is Stittsville red hot right now? Well, families just want to live there. There's schools, sports complex, parks. It's a family magnet. And as far as CMHC, so Canadian Mortgage Housing Corporation, they show ground-oriented housing starts are down, which means fewer new detached homes in the area of Stittsville are being built. Resale supply cannot keep up with this demand. And the lifestyle factor, suburban calm, with minutes to Canada's Tech Hub and the 417. Modern homes, big backyards, and tight-knit community appeal. Families view Stittsville as a safe, long-term bet. That urgency drives bidding wars. But if you think Stittsville is hot, wait until you hear about Barrhaven, where affordability is fueling just as much as the competition. So Barrhaven, 18% of homes sold above list price in August. The average price was $668,500. Why is Barrhaven booming? Well, simply it's the affordability. Compared to Canada or Westboro, you simply get way more for your buck in Barrhaven. According to CMHC's market outlook, it points to a very stable suburban growth in Ottawa's South End. Barrhaven leads this pack. Shops, schools, and recreation centers make it a city within a city. You don't have to drive all the way down to Ottawa to get the amenities you need. It's all right there in Barrhaven. First-time buyers are stretching budgets, and competition at entry-level price points drive the above list price. If you think affordability is the only thing driving bidding wars, you're wrong. Westboro proves location and lifestyle can spark bidding wars as well. Westboro, the urban darling, and in August showed a 16.9% of homes sold above list price, with the average sale price just over $850,000, coming in at $854,400. Why Westboro still commands premiums? Well, it's the area, the location, the walkability, trendy shops, LRT access. It's Ottawa's urban lifestyle hub. Orb notes that urban cores like Westboro still outperform even as supply rises across the city as a whole. Young professionals want to be near downtown. Downsizers want the convenience and are willing to pay for it. I'll give you an example. We just recently sold a property for clients of ours who lived just off Woodruff and Hunt Club near the Center Point area. They wanted to be closer to their son and grandchildren, and also in the Westboro pocket. They're at a stage in their life where they're empty nesters. They have a lot more cash now than they did when they were raising the kids, and they want to be in that urban hub. They moved to Westboro. They got into a competing offer situation in that particular area, and they were okay with that. They ended up winning just because of the setup of how we did it for them. They're now in a beautiful area right now, close to their grandchildren in Westboro, something they wanted to do all along, but they were a part of that bidding war frenzy that we were seeing in the month of August. Westboro really is aspirational. People stretch their budgets just to get in. That keeps multiple offers alive. If you think the city buyers are competitive, wait till you hear about the next one. Riverside South, which is just south of Ottawa, is one of the fastest growing suburbs. Riverside South in August came in at 16.6% of homes sold above list price. The average price point in Riverside South is $743,500, and there's a mix of properties, right from condominium to townhome to detached properties. Why is Riverside South heating up? Well, it's a growth hub. There's tons of new schools. It's a master planned community with green space and direct access to Barrhaven, which is one of the largest suburbs in the Ottawa area. There's a bridge that you can cross right over, but you're also tucked away and quite private. Also, easy access to the Ottawa airport. CMHC notes suburban resale markets are tightening because supply isn't keeping up with population. You wouldn't consider that when you explore further what Riverside South truly has to offer. Families see it as the next Barrhaven, but newer and with more upside. Momentum creates urgency. Buyers don't want to miss out on the early wave of growth. And while Riverside South is competitive, wait until you see Manotick, just south of Riverside South. Even $1 million homes are selling above asking price. So Manotick, Ottawa's Riverside Village. In August, 14% of homes sold above list price, and the average sale price was $1.21 million. Why is Manotick still sparking bidding wars? Because of its exclusivity, estate homes, riverfront living, and historic charm make this Ottawa's premium market. CMHC highlights Ottawa's ground-oriented supply lags demand. With limited listings in Manotick, buyers compete hard when one hits the market. It's really the lifestyle factor. Wealthy buyers want the space, prestige, and privacy, and they'll pay premiums to secure it right in Manotick. At this price point, buyers aren't waiting around. If the right home comes along, they'll pay for it, even above list price, to lock it in. So what does this all mean for Ottawa's real estate market as we head into the fall? It tells us that the market is not a one-size-fits-all. On the surface, Ottawa looks balanced. Inventory is up, days on market is longer, and prices citywide are steady. But as we zoom in, you see a different story. Certain neighborhoods are so desirable, so undersupplied, that buyers are still going over asking price to win the deal. That's the lesson here. Real estate is local. It's not what's happening in Ottawa as a whole. It's what's happening in that exact pocket, that micro neighborhood, if you're looking at buying or selling. For buyers, if you're targeting these hot areas, you need a plan. You need to get pre-approved. You need to know what's the max dollar amount that you can shop for and expect competition. If you can't compete, it may be smarter to pivot to less competitive neighborhoods where you can actually negotiate. For sellers, if you're in one of these hot competitive zones, the market is working for you. You're shifting into more of a seller's market. With the right pricing strategy and presentation, you can still generate multiple offer situations, even in the city that's otherwise more balanced. For investors, follow the demand. These pockets are signals of where lifestyle, location, and growth are converging. That's where the strongest long-term value lies. And here's the bigger takeaway: Ottawa isn't cooling even for the slightest bit. It's a patchwork of micro markets, and if you understand where it's heating up, you can position yourself to win. And that brings us to the next big question. Even if you know where the hotspots are, how much home can you actually afford based upon your salary? In my next video right here, I'll break it all down for you. What income you really need in today's market and how to budget smart so you don't overextend yourself.